Yeah.
Down deep with Steve
Down.
and Romi. Didn't know
Down.
them, but now they are my homies.
Down deep.
But down deep. I was filming at the hook again, and it was Mikey Feb. He took off on a wave, like he was on like the first wave. He did like I think a carve or something. It was like look so cool. I didn't even know it was Mikey Feb when I was filming it. I was just filming, and then I kept the clip rolling because out the back was Jose Faulkner. Like he got a double barrel at the hook, which is quite insane. Like he got barreled and then the same wave barreled again and he pulled in. He didn't make it out the second time, but it was still like such a unique kind of clip. I think it was Eli. Yeah, it was Eli Bucas. He took off, he pulled into like this huge barrel and he was like traveling for quite a bit of time, and then a bodyboarder.
Oh no! Oh no!
I can have an idea in my head, but it's also like, you know, just pieces of a puzzle. And until they like start building up and filling the canvas, and then you add those lines and those details, do they actually form in your head? And we're like, oh wow.
Here we are, down deep in the deep south. Well, we're not in the deep south, but I mean, technically in South Africa, we're in Cape Town. It is pretty deep
Everything
down
is south.
south.
Everything's south.
And we're in trendy Woodstock, downtown Cape Town. And we've hauled in two amazing characters in the surf industry and artist. Welcome to Romi Sakhu and Sakabuntu Sibanda.
Yes, sir.
There we go. Welcome, guys. Welcome to Down Deep.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for joining me.
And a massive thanks to my sponsors, I'm Not Plastic, Ocean Freedom Co., Wazoogles, Gudco, Numuti, and SoPure Naturally. We go into the world of Sakhu and Romi. I'm going to start with ladies first. Are you a bit of a beach? Are you a beach babe?
I'm not a
Beach child?
babe, but like for the first part of my life, I did not like the feeling of sand between my toes.
Okay.
Did not like it, but now I love it.
Yes.
Yeah, Muizenberg sand is quite nice and fluffy. It feels like marshmallows on your feet. Yeah.
Okay, so the vibe I'm getting is that you're quite sensory.
Yeah.
Okay. Smell, important? Yeah, that's big for me, eh?
Strawberry smells are nice.
Smell is a big thing.
And
Yeah.
also this orange blossom floor cleaner thing that
Yes,
you were
you
using.
like that with a bit of mint.
Careful, I might drink the bottle.
Thank you,
Drink
SoPure.
the bottle.
It's so pure.
Whoa.
Well, you probably can because there's no
probably
bad
can,
chemicals in there. But
yeah.
I'm not SoPure. I'm not trying to tell people to drink your
Please
product.
don't need the products.
There we go. Okay, cool. So let's talk about Romi's younger days. Did you grow? Where exactly were you born, and where did you grow up?
I was born here in Cape Town. Grew up in Athlone, Belgravia, down the corner from Wembley. If anybody knows about Wembley and the Whopper, do not ask me. I don't know. I don't eat there, but I live around the corner.
Is it like a well-known iconic restaurant?
Yeah,
Burger
it's-
joint.
It's like there is a bakery, there is a shop, and then there's also the section on the one side where it's like a drive roadhouse type of vibe. So you can park your car, and then you'll have the waiter come to your car, and
Lekker.
then you can wait in your car. Or you can get up and sit and eat.
Can you get a good Gatsby there?
I don't think they do Gatsby's.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's more like American
Yeah, you
burger
can get
and
samosas,
milkshakes.
and you can get faluda, and you
Okay.
can get like chocolate milkshakes. They also do an Oreo milkshake.
Okay.
But that's besides the point. Hey, we're getting into food, yeah.
But that's fine. That's fine. It's part of our culture. You know,
Yeah.
food is a big thing. Okay, lekker. So you grew up in Athlone, that sort of area, and
Same house that my dad grew up in. So he basically bought the house, him and his brother, from my grandfather.
okay.
And then we had to split the house because it's basically like a semi-detached. So there's like this little prefab wall by the front door. Like if we want to get someone's attention or go over next door, you just knock on the wall and somebody will come out.
Little code knock.
Yeah, you can do code knocks if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have a code knock?
No.
Oh, it was just
It's
like,
just like,
Mark whoop.
and then you go out, no, somebody's there, and you just hear the front door opening. Because you can hear that knock from the kitchen or
Yeah.
in your room or anywhere, that knock.
You know it.
You know it.
Survivor
Yeah.
creep knock. That's cool. And so, wow, it's been in your family for a couple generations in that house, eh?
Yeah,
And
my dad's waiting to win the lotto so that he can move to Knysna. And then I'm like, well, I'm staying here and I'll look after this house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a lofty goal,
Yeah.
but a good one. And so tell us about your younger years. What were you into? What was your vibe? If you weren't into walking on the beach because you didn't smoke the sand, you must have been...
I think I did a lot of things. Like I did so many things. I tried it all. I started with ballet as a little tot. I did ballet, and then I moved from ballet. I did ballroom and ice skating at more or less the same time. But then I stopped the ballroom and just did ice skating, and then I went into hip hop dancing, and I did a little bit of Latin dancing. I also did contemporary modern jazz, African fusion. What else did I do?
So you love dancing.
Yeah, I like dancing.
Let's face it. And you still can move.
I still move.
You can still
yeah.
jive.
I go out like to like Wee House. That is like the only time I think I'll go out. But it's mainly just for the music and to dance. Because I find that connecting with music and dance also helps me creatively. So I don't want to lose those certain things. And I've been lately getting back in touch with like things that I enjoyed when I was a kid. Because I found that that's where most of my ideas and creative ideas came with pieces or anything, was when I was doing things that were just purely for just joy. So the dancing and the competitions were never for the competition. It was because I just needed to dance and express. So yeah, I'm even bought toys. Like if you look in my bag, I got a little mini bright pink Nerf gun, but it's a handheld one. And I've got 2 little Nerfs. My friend actually threw one of my Nerfs straight out of the studio window.
Which is
now.
handy in these sketchy neighborhoods. You just pull out that pink Nerf.
Pink
Yeah.
Nerf gun.
Don't come near me, brother.
Scratch. You'll find it. It's bright pink.
I'll plug you with my Nerf.
There might be a rubber ducky in there too.
Forget
Let's
the pepper
check.
spray.
Here's the
bro.
Nerf gun, bro. It's loaded as well.
It's loaded. It's
Armed and
ready.
dangerous.
Well, I
No,
lost
man.
one because Matthew threw it out of the off the balcony window.
Yeah, of course. Check out that. She comes loaded with a Nerf gun. Shoot the cameraman.
Straight into the lens.
That's brilliant.
That'll help.
That's brilliant. That's cool. And I love it when people stay connected to their younger selves. Because I think as adults, we oftentimes like disconnect completely from that spirit of play.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
It's the spirit of play. Beep, beep.
Sorry, this is downtown Cape Town, yeah, folks. For you international viewers,
They're like, what's going on?
it's like the Bronx.
Just
I
another
wonder
day.
what that was. It sounded like a fire truck.
Yeah, fire truck.
Okay, so yeah, like play and movement. And would you say that through dance you started to realize your creative need to express?
Yeah. It's like also like when you're painting with really good music on, it's also like you become part of, each part becomes part of a bigger piece. So the creation of the piece is also part of the art. It's the feeling. So I never want to rush it, but also it's like, oh, I can't wait for it to be done, because I'm going to be as surprised as the person that's looking at the piece when I'm done with it, because I can have an idea in my head, but it's also like, you know, just pieces of a puzzle. And until they like start building up and filling the canvas, and then you add those lines and those details, do they actually form in your head? And you're like, oh, wow. Yeah, then I blow myself away too.
That's
She blows herself away. I just blew myself
I
away.
just blew myself away.
Okay, so if you haven't worked it out by now or joined the dots, Romi is an artist.
Yeah, I know.
Ding. She paints.
Yeah, paint.
And she does cool things with paint. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But before we do that, we're going to just turn the light onto the man to your right and to the viewer's left. Sakhu, dude,
up?
welcome, brother.
Thank you. It's been I actually saw this podcast. I can't remember when I saw it, but like I saw it and I had like a mental note. I was like, oh, it'd be sick to be on one day. It was like earlier this year, and then you're like, dude, let's do it. And I was like, oh, sick.
So you manifested it.
Yeah, like almost everything else. That's like my method of doing things.
Yeah, the more you think about something, the more your energy is drawn to it, and you draw an energy, which is great.
Exactly.
There we go. And I must say, dude, I'll just put it straight out there that this young man is in the surf industry and in the surf scene
which is a particularly challenging one in South Africa from a budget point of view, and brands having budgets, and to go out and do what Sakhu's doing, documenting and putting videos together for everyone in South Africa, in the community, in the surf community.
Yeah.
Like, well done, bro. It's the videos. We're going to leave all the links down to his YouTube channel. Please hit subscribe, hit like, both this and Sakhu's channel. You haven't got a YouTube channel, eh? But I mean, she's got an Instagram account, so you can show her love there. Sakhu's got an Instagram account. But let's go back before the surf footage and editing, and before surfing. Sakhu is a young man.
Very interesting. So obviously I was born in Zim, and my earliest memories in Zim is coming home from like school, going to swimming lessons, then going to my grandparents' house, and she'd have like ginger biscuits and ice drink. She'd like make juice and put it in the deep freezer. Then my brother and I would get home, and then she'd just whip out the ginger biscuits and the ice drink. You're like, wow. It was the best thing. Then you put on Cartoon Network and you just vibe until it's time to do homework. Then my grandfather gets home and it's time to watch news, and we're like, oh. Yeah. But no, that was pretty much me, early days. I don't remember a lot before surfing. It's funny, like after I started surfing, it's like BC before Christ, after Christ. It's like that. It was like Sakhu's life before surfing.
Yes.
It's like very interesting. So I was always into sports. Like football, me and my dad were really into like football, always watching like the Premier League. I used to play hockey, basketball. Like I liked sports and just challenging myself like kind of physically. Just vibing, met a bunch of cool people when I moved to Cape Town. It was like 2016. So born in Zim in like 2008, like the financial situation in Zim wasn't the best. And there was some other stuff going on, so I moved to Johannesburg, which was interesting from like 2008 to like 2016, just in Joburg. That's where I started like really playing sports and watching, because that's like all you can do is like get involved in sports, or just like there's no beach, there's not much stuff you can do for fun in Joburg personally, I think. Besides going to the mall.
I've heard that.
And like go to Santon, and then like what do you do at Santon? Like on the rooftops. That was never my vibe. So I just like got into sports. I moved to Cape Town 2016, and it was interesting when I moved here. Like I moved like around Bloberg side. It's like where all the kite surfing goes down, and there's like waves everywhere, and I saw none of it. Like I'd drive past it, but it wouldn't register in my mind that that's a sick wave, or there's people kite surfing, or there's surfers. Like I just wouldn't see it. Like I'd blank until I actually started getting into surfing, and now it's all I can like see if I go that side. Waves and people.
So you were always into kind of like sports.
Yeah.
You just hadn't discovered surfing yet.
Yeah.
And now you got to Cape Town and you're in Bloberg. Were you tempted to try kite surfing?
No. I didn't know what kite surfing was.
Well, it's a bit like flying a kite, but with a surfboard.
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't even see people kite surfing. I mean, I might have seen like kites in the air, but honestly, my mind did not register anything. Like
at Bloberg, do you know how many kite surfers there are on some days? There's like thing. Hundreds.
That's why I was like, I get surprised by myself. I'm like, how did I not ever like think of getting into this? Like the closest I went into the water before I actually started surfing was bodyboarding, which maybe I should have started like surfing, because I didn't enjoy the bodyboarding experience. I actually couldn't get out the back, and I was just like lying on the bodyboard, and my friends were all out the back, and I was like, nah. So I never tried again. I was just like, boogie boarding. And then I only really started surfing when I moved to Nordic. And I was like 5 minutes away from the beach. And it was kind of like stage 4 or something lockdown. So like after that lockdown thing happened, my whole way of doing things just changed. Like I just stayed inside. I was like an inside dude, gym, go to the gym, go inside, hang out with my friends. Like I never used to go out like a lot. And then once lockdown happened, like I didn't go out at all. So like when I moved to Nordic and the closest thing is the beach, that's the only thing I was going to do. I just go to the beach, swim. I used to swim like every day of winter in like board shorts, like Wim Hof kind of style. Yeah. It was real gnarly. And then eventually I locked into a surfboard and the universe provided, and then started surfing.
That's it. And when was the first time that you started surfing? Like properly, like stood up and said, "Wow, I'm surfing."
It was probably like around March 2022.
March last year.
Yeah. Yeah, last year.
Wow.
Like I started like in February, but like I couldn't stand. And this was in like Nordic. So if people don't know Nordic, it's not the place for people to learn how to surf. It's quite challenging. So that was the closest beach I could go to. I didn't have a driver's license at the time, so I wasn't gonna drive to Muizenberg. So I was just like, I'm gonna go try like my luck over here, and I'll just like get on my knees. I'll pop up and I'll be on my knees, and that's obviously not how you're supposed to ride a surfboard. And then my friend took me to Glencairn, and he pushed me into a wave, got me out the back, and then it was like, okay. After that, I was just like full on hooked.
Yeah, you're not going to meet a much more frothed new surfer than this man here. Let me tell you what.
Yeah, frothing always.
Frothing always. That's cool. Romi, back to you. Let's talk about the artist in Romi and what you stand for and what you try to express through your art.
Well, I mean, it's like therapy. All of the works that I've painted and created is just a reflection of the journey that I'm on. I'd say as a person, just figuring out like my strengths and weaknesses. Somebody asked me like over the past 3 weeks, I've done with a friend of mine 6 murals. I did one every weekend, 2 every weekend, 1 Saturday, 1 Sunday, 1 Saturday, 1 Sunday.
Amazing. So just sorry to just jump in there. Let's stop you there. But this is a really cool initiative, a really cool project.
Big Sis.
Big Sis. And tell the viewers the concept behind it and where you're actually painting these murals.
So we did the last one on Sunday in Langa, and there's one in Mitchell's Plain. There's actually 3 in each location. But Big Sis is basically it's a chat bot that has no judgment. You can ask it openly, like any question you need when it comes to sexual health, medical, anything regarding sex. Because sometimes, like even as myself, there were certain things that I felt uncomfortable asking my mom because I felt like I would be judged for those questions. So it's basically having a platform where you can ask those questions you might be scared to let other people know that you are wanting answers for. So even if it's just like reproductive issues or periods, you don't have anyone around you that can help you understand what a period is or what a cycle is. So I feel like it's a really good initiative, and it's in all the places where a lot of kids actually don't, or young women don't have the available, the people in their lives to help them through these things. And with art also, it's just, it brightens up a place, and it stands for something at the end of the day, and it's long lasting. And with one of the pieces that we did, we went back to the spot because we know one of the aunties that lives in the circle, and there was some girls actually sitting on the ground by the mural, and it's almost like it just fitted so well to have these girls playing in front of this mural. Like it created a nice little safe space for them to go chill. So yeah,
that's cool. Yeah. That's really cool. Big Sis, all the details down below. Can people help and get involved and support?
I mean, you can check. I think it's thegirlseffect.org. All the information about the organization is on there, and then Big Sis is, I think it's bigsis.coza. Yeah, and
we'll put all the links down below.
Designed by Lisa. She's a driver.
Okay.
Yeah, I can give you all the details.
Fantastic. That's a great initiative. And I think, it's these small, I'd never thought of that before. And we don't. We expect everyone to have a conversation with one's parent or a family member about sensitive subjects as a child, right?
Or a young adult coming into a blossoming.
Yes, yeah, you're going through puberty, and But we forget that in certain communities, there isn't that support structure or that guidance or that mentorship. And this is a platform that very discreetly provides them with information that they don't get, like second, third hand, fourth information from kids at school or whatever, which is generally very not necessarily the best information.
Like if they don't have that support system, they're easily influenced by men as well. So then it's like you haven't had time to fully become who you're supposed to be, and before you're 19, 18, you already have a child. So it's like, I mean, there's a lot of females that have that and go through that. I mean, trial and tribulations. We all have our low points and our things that set us back, but we learn to work with them and curve through them because they help us grow. But if you had the choice to actually just wait until you've reached a certain age and had that life, you know, because you get your child would get taken away from you the second you have a kid also as a kid. So it's also to you know, help
break the vicious cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that you cannot even begin to estimate the ripple effect that these sorts of initiatives can have on communities.
Going through the same cycle and then nobody grows out of it.
Yeah.
Nobody moves forward, and they just stay repeating the same things.
Sakhu, so like, what's the story with the whole like Stab featuring you?
Oh, that was that was so cool.
You know Stab?
The movie?
No, it's Stab. Well, tell Romi what Stab is.
Stab is like the coolest surf magazine. Well, they used to be a magazine.
Well, no, I don't think they were ever a magazine. They're a digital. They're an online,
an online
surf
platform.
magazine.
Okay.
Yeah. So like they're pretty sick. They're like the coolest, biggest one, international.
They're the new surfer magazine online, basically.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, that clip was funny because I actually just got my camera like a day before, and that was like one of the first few clips I'd filmed. I went to the hook. Yo, I just name dropped.
Don't worry.
I went to a spot and it was like quite big, and I obviously couldn't surf it. I had my camera. I didn't even have a tripod then. I didn't even know how to film properly. But I just took my camera and I was filming the waves. And then it was pretty big, so I was quite like psyched. I was pretty excited to be just filming. And like probably the wave of the day came. And I think it was Eli. Yeah, it was Eli Bucas. He took off. He pulled into like this huge barrel, and he was like traveling for quite a bit of time. And then a bodyboarder. Wait, no, that's not the Stab clip. This is a zigzag clip. Sorry. This is the clip that made it on zigzag.
Zigzag, yes.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll talk about the zigzag clip. So then a bodyboarder, like,
just stop there. That bodyboarder, was that Sasha Specs?
I don't know who he was.
Okay. Because I was filming Ricky Basnett once at the hook, and Sasha dropped in on him.
Oh, I know Sasha, but no, I don't know who the bodyboarder was.
Okay.
The bodyboarder
I don't think he would have done it to that.
Completely disappeared. So anyway, like Eli's on the wave of the day. He's getting so barreled, like the thing spat twice. It's like psh, psh. And then I just see like in the corner of the frame, like someone or something like dropping in off the shoulder of the wave. And then I was like, oh no. And then like Eli rode over the guy. And like it was quite hectic.
Yeah, the most hectic thing was that Eli couldn't finish this wave. He had to kind of like early exit, which was like...
But then also you said like you don't know what happened to the bodyboarder.
Oh no, the bodyboarder, he like he
disappear?
lost his board. He lost his bodyboard, and then he was like on the rocks for a bit. And then he just like went in, he came in, like he came onto land, and he just disappeared. But like a lot of O's were quite upset. So he probably made the right move disappearing, because like a lot of people in the comment section when I uploaded that clip were just like going nuts. They were like, you know, the bodyboarder surfer beef. It's not really a thing.
It's
I don't
like
think it's a thing.
and scooters.
Yeah, kind of, I guess.
Basically, the clip went viral.
Yeah, the clip went viral. A lot of people were mad at bodyboarders, and that bodyboarder disappeared. But yeah, so anyway, the fun thing about this clip, like I had it, and then I saw the other guy. He does a bodyboard. He has a bodyboarding YouTube channel. He like films like hectic slabs and stuff. And then he asked me, he's like, "Did you get that clip of a drop in?" I was like, "Yeah, I did." And he's like, "You're lucky. That's gonna be a viral clip." When I had it, I was just like, "Oh, cool, just a clip." Like I didn't think it was gonna be viral or anything. And I was like, "Oh, maybe it will be." And then I went and posted it, and then yeah, Zigzag messaged me like, yo, can you send us this clip? I was like, yeah, sure. And I sent it to them and they put it up, which was cool. Like my first like win, like you could say. And it was like my first time ever filming. So it was kind of like a good omen. And I was like, sick. That was cool. I was quite psyched about that. And then come around like another couple weeks or so, I was filming at the Hook again. And it was Mikey Feb. He took off on a wave. Like he was on like the first wave. He did like I think a carve or something. He was like, look so cool. I didn't even know it was Mikey Feb when I was filming it. I was just filming. And then I kept the clip rolling because out the back was Jose Faulkner. Like, he got a double barrel at the Hook, which is quite insane. Like, he got barreled and then the same wave barreled again and he pulled in. He didn't make it out the second time, but it was still, like, such a unique kind of clip. Now, with that clip, I totally discarded it. Like, I didn't do anything with it. I just kept it. And then I made a YouTube edit about, like, that session. And then to promote the YouTube video, I like used that clip. And then Jose was like, dude, please send me this clip. And I was like, okay. I didn't think it was that good a clip. I was like, yeah, cool, whatever. And I sent it to him. And then I think he posted it. And then the next morning or so, he messaged me. He's like, dude, Stab want the clip. Can you email it to them? I was like, what? I was like, okay, let's go, 100%. Emailed it to Stab. And I think they took like a week to reply. I was like, oh, what if they don't want the clip? What if I like took too long? So then I took a screenshot of the Stab logo and I put it on my phone like lock screen. So every time I looked at my phone, I'd see Stab and I was like, thank you.
Manifesting.
Yeah, literally manifesting it. And then like after a week, they're like, I just got a notification like in the mornings like Stab tagged you in a reel. I was like, you?
Here we go.
Yeah, that was like the very beginning of my filming journey.
That's cool. That's a good start, bro.
Yeah, it was pretty good start. I feel like it still feels like a dream. Like it felt very like much like a dream when that happened. And I think all the events that have like taken place after, it all feels very much like a dream. Still dreaming.
I have to just say that one of the reasons why I think that it's come so quickly and so beautifully is because of your willingness to just share as well.
Yeah.
Because in this space, there are certain photographers and videographers and filmers who would have caught that, but they don't just want to share that or give it away.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying it's wrong for these ones to expect payment for clips because it's part of their job and what they do.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But you've entered with a very open spirit and very open mindset, and because of that, it's kind of just like propelled.
Yeah, I think it's important that you kind of have to give value to get value. And like, I was pretty unknown at that point. Not to say that I'm known, well, probably a little bit more than I was then. I can definitely say that. But I also didn't know anything about how anything works. Like, I was asking people for advice, like, dude, what do I do? How do I send it to, like, what are WeTransfer? Like, what is WeTransfer? Like, I didn't know any of this. So I had to ask the people around me, and there were lots of people that were willing to, like, help me. Some people told me the right thing to do. Some people told me something else to do, and I did it, and I found out it's actually the wrong thing. But you can't blame anyone for giving you bad advice because maybe they didn't know better themselves. Like, the only reason I'm asking you is because I didn't know myself. So, like, you just learn from all these lessons. And, yeah, I learned that you can get paid for your clips. At that time, I didn't even know, but I was just hyped to get the exposure because that's also, in a way, you are receiving some kind of value from that.
For sure.
So how we start with like a lot of things when we also as a freelancer. For myself too, when I started, I didn't know jack. I didn't know what I was doing. I was kind of just going on feeling. So I'm also quite like open. I find that you create based from vulnerability or like a lot of people tell me they like that I'm so open. It gives them the freedom to express that themselves and get used to being comfortable being that open because some of them are still scared to be open. Yeah. So I would do a big job that pays me enough. And then while I'm doing that, I'm also doing other jobs that don't pay me any money because I have to give back too. And it's like the gift I was given from God wasn't just a gift. It was something I had to work on developing and getting it better. And then also the people that you meet along the way, along your journey, teach you. So you learn from them, and they have their own mistakes. So like a friend of mine, Awe, he would push me in a direction because he's like, he sees the potential. I just need to put in the work to get it. And if I don't have an answer for something or don't know how to, like, say, draw up a costing sheet for something, just phone him, because I don't want to undersell myself, because I've done that before where I did a store inside and I only charged somebody, say, 2K, whereas I could have charged them 5.5 when I started. Because now I know the cost of materials, the time it takes. How's my body going to feel? Because I am the machine making this mural. So it's also picking what jobs you want to do that I can benefit from it monetarily, because you need money to survive. But then there's also jobs you're like, I don't need money from you. I can do it. I'm fine.
You've hit the nail on the head in terms of balance, and as an artist, realizing that they're going to be collaborative jobs that we call them projects. Actually, they're going to be collaborative projects where you have to, help each other out.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think when you get that balance right, you know who the payers are, and it's generally the corporates and the organizations that are looking for creative input in some way. But then you've got those that are in a very similar space to you, but you kind of like help each other out,
Yeah, exactly.
And
we grow each other.
You grow together.
Yeah, you grow together.
And that is a very, very vibrant spirit of collaboration, which I'm encountering wherever I go these days, with artists and in any shape or form, no matter what you're doing.
I find like when you meet people authentically, just like on a day-to-day, you most yourself, you make meaningful connections, and then those people filter in further down the line. Like, I met somebody 7 years ago, and we're still friends today. And now the way we even became friends is just so funny. But it's like I met you, and through meeting you, I met someone else, and then this other person needed somebody to shoot something in a certain style, and through that person, I met a person that shoots something in a certain style, and now I can send their contact to them. There, I help that person. No benefit for myself, but just knowing you. And then when you need somebody that does a certain thing and I'm that person with skill, there we go. Pass on. And then everybody's just like
paying it forward.
Yeah, networking.
So the question is, can I show the clip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's that clip that went viral right now.
Oh no! Oh no!
Well done, dude.
Shot.
Okay, so where do you see yourself in terms of your surfing? It's coming on, right?
Yeah, so it's been quite interesting, my journey, because the whole reason I started like getting into videography and everything was to document my surf journey, and I was doing that quite well, quite nicely. TikTok, Instagram, everything was growing so good. YouTube, all that, and then I went to this surf clinic in Mzumbi. And it was to make content for the surf clinic.
Okay, hold on. Oh, okay. So you went with my buddy Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky
and
Bassett.
what's his name from
Daniel Patrick,
Surf for Earth. Okay, so you went there as a content creator because I saw you on that course.
Yeah. I was there. I was so psyched. First surf trip. Let's go. First time surfing out of Cape Town. Warm water.
Love Mzumbi Surf Camp. Stayed there lots of times. You got Nick and Yapa who's there.
Yeah, that house is amazing. Like, recommended. I'm planning to go back sometime soon. But anyway, I get there and I'm psyched. It's gonna be like the best moment of my surfing. Then the first day on my first wave, I dislocated my shoulder. Like, no more surfing. So I still did surf, which is not the best idea. But anyway, after that, like, it kind of had me out the water for like 2.5 months or so. And then I was like, okay, well now, what do I do? Because my whole thing is like, I'm documenting my surf journey now. I'm not in the water anymore, and I can only make content about how I got injured so many times. Like, you can really make the same video so many different times. So like, okay, well, what do I do now? I have this like platform, people that like follow me and like the journey and whatever. So do I just like not post anything, or do I look at other surf journeys, other people that are on this journey of surfing and trying to get to a higher level? Like the same way I was, like, my goal is to get as good as I can, but there are people that are doing this and they're well on their way, and I feel like they don't have that much exposure or like the platform to, like, I don't know any of these people. I'm talking about, like, now I'm referring to like mainly the Groms. I don't know any of them. Like, they would follow me on Instagram and like, cool, the guy that surfs and stuff, but I wouldn't know what are they about, who are they, what are they trying to achieve, where they're from. And then anyway, I ended up reaching out to one of the Groms, Kieran Murphy. I saw he got like sponsored by Quicksilver. Everyone was posting it. Then I saw he dropped an edit, I think from the Mentawis or something, getting barreled and doing all this cool stuff. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Let me message him. I was like, yo, dude, let's make some content together, like with your crew, whatever. And then it came together that I went to the Cape Crown, the Muizenberg surf contest sponsored by Sea Harvest, put together by Surfing South Africa. And I was like, yeah, let's link up. I'll document your journey through the contest. He introduced me to some other guys. And then I documented some of their journeys. And that's kind of that's where my surf journey is now. It's kind of documenting all the other guys' surf journey while they're trying to win contests, get as good as they can, achieve their goals. They all have their dreams. And in the same breath, it's also my dream to, like, if I was a Grom, I would be doing the same surf contests. I would be trying to, like, I like contests, I like surfing, I like sports. Like, I was always into sports. So I would be surfing if I wasn't filming it. So, like, me filming it, I also, like, get invested, like, because you get to know the guys, and you're like, okay, he tells you your goals at the beginning of the comp, and his goals at the beginning of the comp, and you're like, okay, cool, you're invested, you want him to achieve his goals, and you want to tell the story the best way you can. So right now, my journey in surfing is kind of telling everyone else's story, but also having myself as a character in, like, I'm the one presenting the story, but, like, here's some other guys that are really doing some cool stuff that I like and I would be doing and I want to support. Because I want to, like, make surfing, like, really cool for people that aren't even into surfing. Because, like, I've been told before that in South Africa, you can't really, like, make money with filming surfing or in surfing. Like, I don't want, for Groms with a dream, I'm still a Grom with a dream myself anyway, I don't want that to be their reality where they're told you can't do what you want to do.
There's
And
no
like,
such word as can't.
exactly,
Yeah.
but most of the time that's just like a programmed belief that you get from someone else. Like you, who taught you that you can't do what you want to do is like my question.
Who crushed your
So,
dreams
like,
as a child?
Yeah, I'm like, nah, let's do something. Let's, like, give these guys exposure. Let's use my platform to boost these guys, show the world that South Africa has, like, really good surfers that can make the dream tour if they want to, and I'm gonna be the guy to give them all the props.
Amazing, bro. And this
Yeah.
is why I reached out to you, because I have been immersed in the surf culture industry for the past few years, and it's sorely needed in South
Yeah.
Africa. And if someone has to pick up the mantle and the torch, whatever you want to call it, and as you say, if there's no one doing it, well then
Take the initiative, do it.
yeah, there's
yourself.
always going to be this like shadow of like, oh, South Africa, it's the poor cousin, in the surf world.
Yeah.
Because the surf world is not exposed to the fact that we've got so many cool young up and coming grassroots surfers.
Yeah, exactly.
So well done, bro.
Sure.
Keep at it.
For sure.
You've got a big hill to climb, but I am wishing you all the very, very best. And like I said, we are rooting for you to keep going. So just keep it up, bro.
It's a lot of fun, so I'm definitely gonna.
As long as you're having fun.
Yeah, always having fun. Like, I'm just having the most fun. At SA Champs, we went to SA Champs. It was like raining, but I was like so stoked. I was so stoked to be there. I've been like, to be able to hang out with like the Western Province crew, like go to the team bride, see the initiations, go to the opening ceremony. Like, I felt like I was a part of an SA Champs team, even though like I didn't get to have that experience.
You felt valued.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're still
yeah.
part of
I
it.
mean, it feels like you're in the team, so it's kind of cool, like, to get that experience and like to show to like other people. Not everyone gets to go on like the Western Province team and go to SA Champs. Like, you have to qualify and stuff like that. So I feel like there's a lot of people that can relate to like the behind the scenes of that, like to get that experience. Like, what would it feel like if I were on the team, even though they didn't make the team? But I could try to like tell that story as best as I can, and you can feel like, oh, that would be cool to make it. Maybe they're motivated for next year. Just give it more exposure, give it a platform.
Keep growing that portfolio, dude. And in a short while, you'll be able to say to whomever, like, this is the experience I've gained, and then the stuff like the money will come. But
Yeah.
the passion is at the front.
It's always going to be
Yeah.
like passion first. Like, money is a beautiful thing. We all love money. Like, it's amazing, but it shouldn't be your main motivation for everything.
There's a Bible verse that
There,
goes.
yes, what's
Yeah,
the Bible verse?
verse. It's gets misinterpreted. It's not money being the root of all evil. It's the love of money being the root of all evil. So
That's it.
focus on the work first, and the money will come.
Yes. You don't have to be rich to be called materialistic. You can be a poor materialistic person. So,
Yeah.
yeah, you hit the nail on the head there. Thanks for that mini sermon, and also thanks for the financial advice from Sakhu in the corner over there. Any, Romi, Sakhu, both of you, any sort of like life-defining moments, like whether it's tragedy, whether it's like drama, whether it's like something that you've personally been through that you can share with me, like being totally vulnerable?
I don't.
Drama.
You don't have nothing.
I don't like
Ladies
drama.
first.
No, I
don't
know, but I mean, you didn't
genuinely-
like nearly get your leg cut off by a lawnmower or something.
No, but I almost like lost my ability to create.
How?
So, just being in the wrong relationship. That's
Okay.
why Big Sis was also so important. For me, it was being with the wrong person that I didn't know was wrong for me, toxic. But
For a long time.
The term gets thrown around very loosely, and I just keep quiet when people talk about it because I actually know how it feels, but also don't, because being with the narcissist is quite a reflecting period, because they always go for strong people because they feel that they need to take from something you have, and then you realize that you lose yourself in that process. So coming out of that brought me back to Jesus as well, because I was a spiritual person, but I was more agnostic. So I believed in a higher power, but I hadn't actually sat and spoken to God. And at my lowest point, when I was trying to figure out why my art and everything wasn't coming together, I had to let go of everything and give it to Him. And I had to change my perspective, and also change the way I thought of myself through my own lenses and not through the lens of somebody else. And feeding you information and manipulating you into believing certain things about yourself that you know aren't real. It's like a confusing whirlwind, but I'm out of it now, and I see all of these things, and I just want to put it in art. So yeah, so all of the flowers and all of the work that's coming out now is going to be slightly different to what it was before, because I have a certain darkness that I've come to understand too, and without darkness you cannot find light. So I needed to go through what I went through in order to help catapult me up and grow me again. So it's a new understanding on life and people.
Yes.
Yeah, how people actually work. And I was a bit naive in believing that everybody was like me, open, vulnerable, and honest and authentic. But it makes you slightly wary, but I still have faith, and I'm still positive that they are good people. So it doesn't hamper me and make me feel scared of everybody. I have a level of understanding of where boundaries need to be placed with certain people.
Yeah, you know how to identify red flags.
Yes.
Yeah, early on. And there's no better way to understand than to have gone through something yourself. And it's not always necessarily the best path to have to experience what you've probably
Yes.
experienced, but you're able to look at it objectively now for sort of like helicopter vision and identify all the facets of why you went through what you went through.
Thankfully and luckily, it was just emotionally and mentally draining and nothing physical, because I kind of had the feeling in my body pushing me away from certain people, places, and things. And I felt it deep down when it started to click, when he started to pull away from me. And I could feel like when it came to meeting up with him, I would feel dread. And I realized that was the warning signs, the red flag ticking in my brain, and I wasn't listening to it, because you love people, because you have like an influx, you unconditionally. I love you. I have love for everybody, but it's also like you can love somebody and not be in their space, you know?
Yes, true.
Heavy.
We're getting deep now.
Yeah.
See? We're getting
Deep.
Down deep.
deep. Down deep.
I'd say like for me there wasn't like a really like one like super life defining moment, but it's like a series of life defining moments that just happen one after another. You just like learn like lessons. I'd say it started around 2020 when like the lockdowns happened. Like before I was studying accounting, but I wasn't like, I was just good at it. I was like really good at numbers and accounting, but wasn't like what I actually wanted to do. Like fresh out of high school, everyone's like doing something and you gotta like do something, otherwise you're not doing anything. So you're just like, okay, cool. Just jump on and like carry on. But anyway, after like the lockdown happened, like I stopped going to college, and then it was like kind of a lot of self-learning. That's where like the way I think now developed, like the way I started to think about things started to change, started reading a lot more books like self-development, law of attraction, spirituality, learning about how to make money on the internet, like just looking at life differently as opposed to just following the crowds, like going the other way.
And just looking at Excel spreadsheets.
Yeah, Excel all day, every day.
Oh, you love a good Excel, don't you?
Yeah, but no, so it was a bunch of like different like series of events that just got me to think the way I think, and eventually it landed up at the point where it's like, why not do what you love to do? Like, what is the purpose of living if you're not gonna do what you want to do? Like, there's no point to not do what you want to do, especially like when I meet other people and they're like, I'll talk, we just like get in a chat, and then they're like, they just seem so like down and like don't work, for example. So, like someone told me like, dude, don't get a job. It's like it's a dead end. Like that kind of stuff. I mean, if he's obviously not doing stuff that he's not into.
Yes.
Like don't do stuff that you're not into, and then it just reinforce my mindset of like, do what you love, and if you love it enough, you'll find a way to make it work, and you just attract the reality that you want and work towards it, and it will come to you.
Yeah.
Beautifully put.
Yeah.
Some more life advice from the,
It's not what it's supposed to be, but that's how it came
Good
out.
talks, yeah.
yeah, Sakhu talks.
Good talk.
No, but it's proper, bro. I mean, because like, let's face it, there's a load of people out there that want to do what they love and they want to follow their dreams, but they just haven't been motivated enough to do it, or and there's something stopping them. And I think the more we have these narratives and conversations around personalities like yourselves, that go out there and do it.
It's also the people you surround yourself with.
That's
Yeah,
very
the ladder.
true.
It's
That's
like you,
true.
like on the way to the top, you pass people on the way down, something like that.
It's a simple thing. It's in the Bible. Bad associations spoil useful habits.
Exactly.
You take one bad little apple and you stick it in a bowl of good apples.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that whole
gonna go.
bunch they all go bad.
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
right. It's who you hang with.
Yeah.
And it's who you surround yourself with, and people that are pushing you and encouraging you, and it's awesome when you get that support.
The
Yeah,
proof
for
is in the
sure.
pudding.
That's also true.
Yeah, like I could see the change in the work process and the way I was doing things after I came out and had the realization. Then I started working on strengthening myself emotionally and being in control of my own emotions. That helps so much. And then surrounding yourself with the right people that are going to grow with you and not pull you down when they see you excelling. They're going to try and work harder to get up with you too.
Collabs.
Definitely. And no, don't compete, only collaborate.
Yeah, exactly.
that's
It's not
our
it's not a
motto.
competition.
It's
It's each of us have our own strengths and
We learn to work with those
work with those strengths
together.
together.
What I can't bring to the table, somebody else can at the end of the day. You need to be able to outsource freely and not be like, oh.
We're full of Bible quotes today. As iron sharpens iron, so the face of another sharpens. So one face of a man sharpens another. It's like knives when you
Yeah.
sharpen them, right? Cool, man. This has been so rad to get to know you guys and the great initiatives. We're going to leave all the links down below, both for Romi's and also Sakhu's. Is it Romi or Romi?
Romi.
Romi.
Yeah, row.
Romi flowers. I think because you just absolutely love painting flowers and happy stuff and cool. Although we're going to see a slightly different, a moodier side to Romi's
It's
art.
still going to be bright
Yes.
and fun, but it's just a little bit different.
Yes, a little bit different.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know when the exhibition starts. I'm only 2 paintings in, so there's still more.
Okay, so there's going to be an exhibition.
There's also a sculpture coming too.
Whoa.
Whoa. Hold the bus. A sculpture coming.
Yeah.
Rad, guys. I wish you all the very best on your journey, Sakhu.
Thank
May you
you.
continue to edit and support and make great videos for the surfing community, and we'll be watching and tracking your journey with great intrigue.
Shot. See you in the lobby.
Yes, see you there in the lobby, or also on the beach,
On the beach, bro. Yeah, on the beach too.
or on YouTube.
On YouTube, check me out.
And Romi, you just keep doing your thing and keep painting and making the world a better place and being involved with the most amazing initiatives like Big Sis. Again, here's the link to go and get involved, support. And if you're someone who needs help and advice, it's also going to be via the website. Massive thanks.
You.
Yeah.
Legends, both of you.
Shot.
Keep going.